Now, another way of showing various different sheets is by using a storyboard. So the story is quite like a PowerPoint presentation. You are trying to literally tell a story. You're trying to go from the beginning to the middle to the end. So I could drag a sheet in. So let's first of all size it first, because sizing it is pretty good. So I'm going to size it fairly small. My first sheet is going to be the line sheet. So I drag it in from over here. It says drag a sheet here. You'd think you'd be able to drag it in from there, but no, you've got to drag it in from the left hand side. So let's drag it in there, and we can add a caption. This shows the sales in total. Then we can create a new blank, so in other words a new part of the story, and add in another sheet. This is what happens by region. Now, just looking at that, you might go, something strange. The profit is only £7,000. How can that be? Well, if we go back to our earlier dashboard, you can see why that is. It's because we're only showing Rhode Island. So don't forget what I said in the, I think it was the previous lecture, is that this applies to all worksheets using the data source. So if you don't want that, you have to say it only applies to selected worksheets. So let's put everything in, go back to our story. That's better, and that's more realistic of our sales. So this storyboard allows you literally to tell a story. And just like PowerPoint, there is a demonstration, a presentation mode. If we go up to Window, we can see presentation mode, F7. It's F5 in PowerPoint, but F7 here. So if I click that, we get a completely white screen, and I'm able to go through the story. So I'm also able to go through other sheets if I so wish. There are tabs at the bottom that I know you can't see, but I can click on various tabs to go through each individual sheet, and that is part of the presentation view. It allows me to go through these various dashboards, and within a story it allows me to go through a story, and a dashboard allows me to select in the quick filter. So that, at a glance, is what story is all about. You can add a title, and you can then format the story, so you can do what you want to the font and borders and so forth. But Storyboard is basically, imagine you're doing a story, a narrative, a screenplay, a PowerPoint presentation, except this time it's with graphs, charts. Storyboard. And by the way, it may not be immediately obvious, but if you do want to edit this story title, you can either right and click it, or you can double click it and you get to the edit title. So this is my story. Then press F7, gets into the presentation.